What's up, guys? PPG here with a top eight deck list from our San Antonio regionals. Here with Avery Foster, PPG B team player. What'd you play and how'd you do?
I played Spiral and I went X1. I lost round 5 to the guy who ended up going undefeated. The deck performed pretty well overall. I chose to go second the entire day. I made my side deck kind of like what's been done in the past, where it has the ability to go first, but I realized partway through the tournament that wasn't even necessarily better, because even though I had the go first cards, like just having the extra card to play with tended to be better. But like I'll show you some of the choices and things I did.
Alright, let's get on to the list.
Alright, so I played 3 Agent. You don't really have an option anymore as to like how many of these you can play, because like it's like one of the best in-engine extenders that's searchable really easy, and
there's like no other spiral monsters that just summon themselves either.
yeah, like it's the only Spiral card that like plays on its own.
Yeah.
One Spiral Tough. This card was actually like surprisingly good. People meme on people for playing that, and last format some people cited this, and everyone would make fun of them saying like the card doesn't actually do anything. But I don't know. Now it's kind of just like a worse drone, but it has the ability to actually break boards. Also, it's always treated as Spiral Super Agent, which came up like a couple times.
I'm guessing it come up to summon it off Helix too, not just like as a pseudo drone, right?
Yeah, past turn 1, a lot of the times if Master Plan and Quick Fix are already gone, sometimes you don't find yourself always shuffling back to Master Plan with Resort just because it's not the best play to, or you don't have the option to. So having like a good monster to summon in deck is like really good, just because like summoning it into a board is good, and there's just other scenarios like that that are just inherently good. So the card was really good. I don't think I consider playing 2, just because like I kind of am playing 2 as it is, just because I'm playing 4 Super Agents, 2 Toughs, more if you count the field spells. But I also like the fact that it made Rhoda a lot better. So it made Rhoda Super Agent into a for sure play, versus beforehand it just being partial play. And because I elected to go second, this card was always good. But you cited out going first just because there's better cards and it doesn't do anything going first. Played 1 Sleeper, 1 Quick Fix, 1 Drone, 1 Master Plan. And that's it for the Spiral lineup.
Why'd you not play Last Resort?
Alright, so I didn't play Last Resort because I felt like it was involved in some combos, which was really good, but one, I was electing to go second, so it just didn't really do anything, and looking at a hand at any point in time going second, I'd always rather have Tough over Last Resort, just because like Tough has the ability to do something. It checks a top card, and it like can help break boards. Plus, I don't know, the only thing I ever missed about Last Resort was just the fact that it was another gear to search off of Quick Fix, but especially now that there's only 1 Quick Fix, typically you only actually need to search 1 to 2 gears throughout the course of the game, so it didn't really come up. Equipping Last Resort to Sleeper wasn't even that necessary, because a lot of times you find yourself not popping Sleeper in another card, even whenever you're playing Last Resort. You pop off the Rescue that you search, and then that way you can bring back the Agent, because that's just the best thing to do in the mirror. Because the only way the mirror can ever win is if you manage, like if they have field spells up, and that's only post side, where you have to go first. But pre-side, going second, Last Resort just never really did anything. You can always pop off the field spell and it does the same thing, or another card and it does the same thing.
Yeah, especially with like a set rotation, Last Resort probably doesn't come up as much either.
Yeah, the card just got inherently so much worse after the ban list. I can't, like, I feel like I need to have enough Spirals in my deck for it to function, but Tough just did everything Last Resort did and better, being a name and a 4.
Cool.
I played 1 Gofu. The card's just inherently really good. Every hand that I drew it, I won. It's not a god card by any means, because it doesn't actually like start anything, really, but
I think it's a lot like Luster, Pendulum, and Metal Foes. Like, it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. Whenever you draw it, you just feel like you're really far ahead at pushing through or making a board. Alright, and then the part that like let me go second, I played 13 hand traps.
Yeah, just put all of them.
Yeah, so I played 3 of this, 3 of this. I'll talk about this in a second. 3 of this, 3 of this, 1 of this.
Okay, so before you go in depth on any of them, why did you choose not to run Gamma?
Alright, so that was like the one iffy choice about my deck that like I wasn't exactly sure about going into this event. I elected against Gamma, 1, because I wasn't exactly sure where I was getting them from this event. But even then, like, once we got really close to the event, I think I found them that I could use. So I had the option to put them in my deck, but I opted against it. Solely based off the fact that even though I was choosing to go second, If I drew Gamma at any point past turn 1, I felt like it wasn't very good. I couldn't figure out a card to cut for the driver, and I wanted to stay at 40. It may not have been correct. Gamma is inherently an insane card, but also Gamma is a lot better going first than going second because it lets you play through like a Droll or an Ogre on your field spell because Ogre's picked up in popularity. So Gamma got a little worse whenever you're going second, and if you're going second against the mirror, even though like Gamma is insane completely, the Cherries was actually just like a better card against the mirror, if that made sense now.
How many mirrors did you play?
I played against 4 Spirals mirrors.
4 Spiral mirrors and it was 7 rounds?
Yeah, 8 rounds.
Oh, 8 rounds, cool.
So yeah, Cherries, getting into this, I just felt like did everything in the Spiral Mirror, not other matchups, but everything in the Spiral Mirror that Gamma did and better, just because you have the ability to hit, obviously, like any card in the extra deck, which is really good. But if you draw this turn 1, it's very, very hard for them to win the game. You could say beforehand it was the same, but randomly, if they still had Machine Dupe or they had something like that, they still had the ability to win because they could still pseudo quick fix combo. They could go off and they could keep playing and they could still go like +5, +6 and have like several stops for your field spells. But now that that's just not a thing anymore, there's very few hands that like after putting 2 monsters on the board and the way they put them on the board, like whether it's Drone Agent or whatever other combinations, committing a double summon, goods, whatever it may be, it's very hard for them to continue actually playing after you cherries them.
Yeah.
Not even just for this turn, because Gamma worked as a dimensional barrier if you hit Helix a lot of times. This works more as a floodgate for the entire game, which was just a blowout every time it resolved.
Got it.
Yeah, so moving forward, I don't know if I'd keep that in there for sure, just because obviously it's like not versatile in other matchups, or not as many matchups, but it was really, really good.
Cool.
So that's it for the monsters. 13 hand traps, some number of spirals, and a Gofu. I play 6 field spells. 1, 2, 3, 4 one-ofs.
No soul charge?
No, I opted against playing Soul Charge too because I was going second, and even though Soul Charge has the ability to randomly like let you play through a board, I felt like Soul Charge didn't do more than any hand trap did in breaking a board. Like, because you can play through just about anything except for like a big spiral board in this deck, and except for Babushka. And Soul Charge didn't fix the Babushka problem, and there wasn't a time where a Soul Charge was really making a huge difference in clearing like a big Trigate board or a big sleeper board or sleeper Trigate or Babushka Trigate or whatever it may be. But any one given hand trap can just stop them from making it altogether. So I just felt like having any random extra hand trap, because I played 13, which was a lot, so it gave me like an 80-something% chance of opening one. So it was very unlikely that I don't open it. So yeah, I just felt like any hand trap was higher impact.
Right. Okay.
Extender wise, I played 3 double summon, 3 goods. Alright, so 3 double summon, 3 goods. These extenders were, I mean, they're really bad. You always rather draw spiral cards, but there's not enough spiral cards for you to play, so I feel like you have to play these.
Yeah, those plus field spell are always good.
One of these, cards really good.
You only played like 2 gears, right?
Yeah, my 2 gears were only drone in this,
okay.
Just because like it's harder to get to Quick Fix now, and Quick Fix actually isn't really a combo starter unless you have one of these 6.
Right.
So a lot of times you don't actually find yourself going for Quick Fix plays anyways, and even whenever you do go for Quick Fix plays, you'd always rather just like search this during the combo versus open this, because same logic with the hand traps. Even though this card's an extender and breaking boards, it's lower impact than any of the hand traps against the board. And then I played 1 of the spiral trap. You didn't really need more. I didn't want a brick. I like drawing well. So for the extra deck, I played 1 Link Spider, 1 Ib, 1 Proxy, 1 Ninjarisu, all standard, 2, third one never came up, Decode, Firewall, Borload.
Those are pretty standard.
2 Exceeds.
Okay. Yeah.
Played a Cherries target just because I saw there was a bunch of ABC at this regional. Possibly could have been a Dante because there was actually more BA than ABC. Coral Ancient Fairy made this once. It's just because of the Gofu. These don't have to be in there, but I like the fact that it turns Gofu Field Spell into like a full combo versus not.
Right.
Just, you have to play both these for that to be a reality. And then I played a Trigate Wizard. Never made this going second. Made it twice going first. because my build isn't really made to do that, but once you see the side deck, you'll see like I actually can full combo even though I'm not playing the DD Crow or anything like that.
It also just has like a relevant effect going second too.
Yeah, because most of the time whenever you're throwing away a card or you're just pushing a little bit, you make Gaia, but this works as a better throwaway card because it actually has an effect.
Right.
So for the side deck, get to the regular stuff first. Dante, go first cards if I decide, or cards that are insane against Pendulum or other rogue matchups. Imperial, 2 of these.
So why Strike and Scolding?
Alright, so played Strike and Scolding because of the fact that I mean, both are just really, really good against Spiral. Because you can just strike the effect of Helix, which is insane. Or if you're reading that they have the big red, or you know they have a big red, you can strike the summon. So drawing either of these is fine. If you draw both, you usually just set both and hope they don't evenly match. But even if they do evenly match randomly, then it's basically just like they MST'd you most of the time. Okay. And one of these is gone. Scolding's insane versus evenly matched. Grass Infernoid's actually picking up in popularity a lot, and hitting their grass is insane. So like I was siding even against like Grass Infernoid, which I played against a couple of. You side all of these, even going second, just because like they have to see it. Like whether it's first, second, they have to see it at some point during the game to win the game. And this card is just generically good. I wasn't exactly sure what to side, and I couldn't get evenly matched before the tournament. Right. Because that probably would have been the side. Debatably overboard wipes, or in addition to it. This was an accident. I figured no. I can't pretend to give accident. That's a better reasoning. And then 4 cards that are really good going first. Like I said, I sided to go first. So these are all cards that you need for specific combos, like Babushka combo. You need the DD Crow package, just because this is only good going first ever, and it's involved in some of the Trigate combos where you end up specialing the Crow from hand, because I never wanted this as an actual hand trap, just as a combo piece. Right. And Utility Wire, same logic. Yep. Just like it's only really good in those combos, because going second is terrible, and then just one more Cherry's target. Yep.
All right. Any comments you'd like to make, or shout-outs and all that?
All right. Shout-outs to PPG, best team in the game, and Ultra Pro, best sleeves in the game. Shout-outs to Tony. He was the one who lent me like all this stuff. Everyone from San Antonio. Deuce behind the camera. Hi. And that's about it.
All right. Cool. Congrats on the top. Hope to see you do well in San Diego as well. It's PPG signing out.